Okay, let's talk about getting data into your calculator. So you're going to hit the Stat button. You'll see all the buttons that I'm hitting on the right side here. Edit, and you will see your lists. So and you just put all the data into list 1. If you have another list, put in list 2, and so on. If you want to clear the list, go all the way to the tippy top, hit clear, and then enter. And then all your data is gone. And I'm going to just quickly type that data in again. Okay. And once the data is in, then you can do lots of things with it. For example, and I'm gonna get out to ever get out. We hit second quit, and that gets us to the blank screen. If I wanted to make a scatter plot or a histogram, I'd go into the stat plot section. So I hit second, y equals, and I hit enter, and I turn it on. I could turn on either a histogram, and a histogram, of course, is one for one variable, quantitative variable, or I can make a box plot with outliers, just a regular box plot. But I say I want a scatter plot, then I choose my list. I have my list 1, list 2, all set. Then I would hit zoom, and I'd go down to number 9 for zoom stat. And there I can see this. I can see my scatter plot. If I want to do a histogram, it'd be the same thing. Okay. Now, if I let me get out of this. Let's say I wanted to find the mean, standard deviation, median, things like that. Let's say I wanted to do it for list 2. All right, I hit stat again. I move over to calc, and I want one variable stats. Okay. And this calculator gives me a choice of which list. So if it's list 1, 2, or 3, they're right at the bottom, and it almost always is. I do second, number 2 for list 2, and I hit calculate. If you had, I'll talk about older calculators in a second, but X bar, right, that's the sample mean, so that's the mean of the sample, 66. S of X is how much it varied, right, the standard deviation of my sample, 8.08. And I can scroll down and see quarter 1, I can see median, quarter 3, max, all right. So I can see all that info. And for the record, for old calculators, it would you would say one var stats, and you just put it in. Like, I know it doesn't pop up as an option. You just put list 2 in. If you don't put anything, by default, it'll give you list 1. Do that, and it finds it for me. All right. Let's say I wanted to find. Let me just clear everything off. Let's say I wanted to find the LSRL, the least squares regression line, my trend line that the calculator comes up with. I'm going to hit stat, move it over to calc, and I'm going to choose number 4 for linreg. Hit enter, list 1. Oh, X list really should be list 1. So I'm going to say list 1, Y list is X2, and I hit calculate. And there it is. It calculated. The equation is y equals 0.75x plus 42.99. So the slope is 0.75. And then it also has the r. If yours does not have an r, just ask me, and I'll tell you how to put that on. So the r, 0.95, a very, very, very strong correlation between the variables, 0.95.